gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Watch out now. Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would. Watch out now. It's gotta be against the law to look.
Wake up! Yep, it's that time again. Vape AM, brought to you by vapors1.com. I'm your host, Anthony Ramella. All right, guys, well, it's Thursday. We will not be coming to you tomorrow with a Vape AM. We do our Vapors reports on Friday, so that should come out around the noontime, sometimes a little after that, but, you know, it just depends on how much information we have to get out to you. All right, guys, like we normally do, we're going to do a little quick history right today. A couple fun things in history today. So Christopher Columbus, he actually leaves Spain for the final trip to the New World. So after that, he's gone. He's on his way to America. So I just thought that was kind of cool. Back in 1502, so it's been some time ago. And then the other thing, in 1754, the first newspaper cartoon was released in America. And I mean, as big as Marvel and DC and all those are now, just think back that, you know, a few hundred years ago, there weren't even any cartoons at all, and look how far they've come. So I kind of thought that was cool. We always do some birthdays today. I've got a couple for you today, and these are both out of the music industry, and both at completely different ends of the scale. So Billy Joel's birthday is today, so happy birthday, Piano Man. Turns 69 today, so fantastic. That's really awesome. He used to be married to Christy Brinkley, and I bet he wishes he was still married to Christy Brinkley, but so do I. Anyway, and then on the other completely different end of the scale for birthday today is Ghostface Killah. So, you know, everybody gets a birthday, and I hope you guys are having a great day, and both your music careers are probably doing pretty well, so keep it up. All right, guys. Well, last night I was looking at some news, and there is a big story that I'm putting together, but I just didn't have enough time to get it ready for today. So you're gonna have to come in on Monday. I've got some really kind of cool things. I found something that I think ties all of this new moves with big tobacco up to kind of show you where this is all stemming from. So come back on Monday, and I'm gonna have a kind of a big story about that. So today what I thought I would do instead is, you know, a lot of reviewers, Grim Green, myself, and some of the other ones, we're always talking about Casaa. Casaa.org is the Consumer Advocates Smoke-Free Alternatives Association. They are a great resource for vaping news. They're a great resource for knowledge, for truth, and they're really trying to keep us up to date on things that are happening in the United States, especially about like calls to action and different taxes and bans and things like that. Now, you guys probably think, well, you know, I mean, there's probably not that much going on. What I'm going to do is, just for today, I'm just going to read the ones that are set up. These actually came out yesterday, but I'm just going to go through the list of bans and laws that I can see right now just on their website just for yesterday, okay? So there's a call to action in Wisconsin because Wisconsin has decided to make an indoor vaping ban, which most of you think, well, that's not such a big deal. The problem is they're making this indoor vaping ban for vape shops as well. So could you imagine going into your local vape shop and not being able to vape, number one, and in most vape shops, you're allowed to try the flavors before you buy them. Like all the vapor stores in Toledo, we allow you to do that because how can you pick a flavor if you have no idea what it tastes like? And just because it says something on the bottle, we all know that's not necessarily the truth. So this is a problem. I guess this last vote here was looking to overturn that judgment, and that has also not went through. And that's going to cause a major problem for these local vape shops to stay in business if you can't even vape inside of a vape shop. And the reason why we make such a big deal about this is because secondhand vapor has no real health consequence whatsoever. Secondhand smoke kills people, and we get that. That's from the combustion and the other toxins that are released once you light that tobacco on fire. Vapor does not have that, and don't take my word for it. There are plenty of places you can go and look at that. Even in past episodes of the Vapors Reports, I go through a complete story with links and everything about the effects of secondhand vapor. I believe the episode's called Sloppy Seconds. All right, so that's just one of the things that's on here for today from Casaa. So let's move on to the next item here. So the next item in here is another big one, and you know, honestly, I don't know if you'll get this information anywhere else until you try and buy it. But Walmart has now joined all of these other companies, and they're going to now enforce Tobacco 21, which is awful, but that's not the worst part of it. They are also removing all of their flavored vapor products as well. So one of the biggest retailers in the world, who are in a lot of places that a lot of other shops cannot be because it just fiscally isn't responsible to open up a location with that small of a fan base or that small of vapors that are in that area. Now you're pushing them back to the only alternative they have, which is going to be smoking cigarettes. I have a sneaking suspicion that those IQOSs will probably show their heads at Walmart. Big company and big company. they have a tendency to want to work together. So this may be a move for that. I'm not saying that's true. It's just my opinion, but timing is suspect, like I always say. So Walmart, it is not is tobacco 21 now, and they are not selling flavored vape products in any of their stores. So that sucks for a lot of you, I know. All right, on to the next one. Washington had late night voting results, and they have passed through basically all the steps they need to, except for having the governor sign it, to put in some new vape taxes. Now, we've talked a little bit about this, I believe, before, but here's the sticking point with this. It's a 9-cent per milliliter tax on wholesale vapor products. So just to put that into perspective, a 100 milliliter bottle will now have $9 in tax before we ever even get to how much the cost of the bottle is. And for a lot of retailers out there, that is going to double their cost on these products. You know, if they're selling these bottles for 20 bucks, their cost is probably around, $10 or $12, and you add another $9 onto that, there's no profit in it for them. You're gonna see these shops start to close. Now here's the sticking point that I have with this. Because this is a milliliter tax, what they did was they basically saved Juul. And there are people really upset about this because on a 4-pack of Juul pods, because there's just a small amount of liquid nicotine in those devices, it's only gonna be basically like $1 tax on a 4-pack. So you can either get a 4-pack of Juuls and vape those, and you're paying $1 in tax, which nobody's really gonna give really much about, especially in this industry. We're used to big taxes on things. Or you can double the cost of your refillable. That bothers me. And all of this stuff seems to just be, it's like they're just moving the pieces into place, and they know that we're already done. We just can't see it yet because we just haven't seen all the moves on the table yet. But I really feel like my king's about ready to fall over. All right, anyway, Arizona, the state Senate has passed a bill which would treat low-risk vapor products that help adults to quit smoking as combustible cigarettes. This is getting on to the fact where now they would be able to collect taxes on it, which that makes sense. Beverly Hills, California. Lawmakers want to ban all tobacco sales in the city, including very low-risk vapor and smoke-free products, to everyone except the wealthy cigar smokers and the rich hotel guests. I swear to God, that's what it says on here. Beverly Hills, California. And I think this is the last one on here, last definitely but not least. Arkansas, lawmakers passed a law denying some adults who smoke access to far safer smoke-free products in spite of the fact that such laws have repeatedly failed to make an impact on teen vaping in other states. What's happening in some of these places is they're actually outlawing online sales. I'm sure they'll find ways to enforce some of this. I'm sure some things will get through, but that's just one day's worth of vape news that's specific to vaping in how many different states there? And there's probably more than that going on. This is just the ones that they're highlighting that are like urgency, okay? For those of you, let me go back because I want to see what state that was. Because there's one thing with in Washington, sorry, I couldn't remember. In Washington, that has not been signed by the governor yet. And they are really looking in Washington to get a push for the governor to veto this, because this is just, it's insane. It's more than it should be, and this is putting the wrong products in front of people. We want you to stop smoking or you're gonna die. So if you're in Washington, or even if you aren't and you want to just send letters and give your support to people who vape because it's saving their lives, if he gets overwhelmed with that, maybe he will change his mind, or maybe he will veto it and send it back and give us a more realistic tax on this, because that is just, it's absurd. It's insane. So guys, we want you to stop smoking. You're gonna die. Remember, I vape and I vote. Your vote does count. Please contact your congressman. Please contact your senators. Please contact the president. I don't care who you contact, just contact someone. All right. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to do the Vapers Report. I've got another panel of our experts to talk about some of the issues that are coming up. A couple of guys out east, as well as one of the girls. So I'm making a trip out there tomorrow to film that for you guys. But I want you to see all different angles. Maybe something that one of them says will spur you on to either stop smoking or to tell someone else that this is a much healthier alternative for you. All right. Stop smoking, you're going to die, and I'm going to see you guys on Monday. Have a great day. And for all you smokers that don't know, check it out. Pick up the phone, hit the mic. Vapers1.com is the site. They got what you need to make the switch. You're never gonna find a better site than this. They got mods, they got coils, and the liquid lowdown. Vapers1.com is the best around. Spend $35 and your shipping's free. Vapers1.com, we got all you need. So just quit. Done. Vapers1.com.